Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be telling you about my ACL and meniscus reconstruction surgery. So at the moment I look like this, which is very sexy, but I wrote something, a whole entire list of like what I need to talk to you guys about. So let's get into the video. First thing that I actually wrote down was how did I rupture my ACL and how did I rupture my meniscus, because I actually did it on two separate occasions, which is kind of crazy. I'll insert a photo now of when I first did my ACL. My ACL I did in 2019, so it was October 28th, 2019, and I was at gymnastics and I landed a straddle jump wrong, which is one of the most easiest jumps to do. I was on like a sprung floor and I freaked out in the air, landed it wrong, and I just thought like, oh, it's okay, I've dislocated my knee. And I'll literally insert the photo now of my Snapchat that I wrote to one of my friends, and I was like, oh, I just think I've dislocated my knee. Little did I know that I had to have an MRI scan, which then showed that I ruptured my ACL, completely torn apart, so I had to have reconstruction on that, but I'll tell you like what actually happened in a minute. My meniscus happened in 2021. So I was at work in February. February, I can't say that word. I was at work in February and I was literally just talking to my bosses at work, and I was stood in the doorway and I went to turn around to walk back to my station where I work, and I collapsed. That's all I did. I literally just turned around and went to walk away and I collapsed on the floor. I then got taken to hospital, which is Queen Alexander, I think it's called. QA I call it. I called them up, which is my orthopaedic practice in Portsmouth, which is where I'm from. And they told me if I can get to you, like to there, by 4 o'clock, they will have a look at my knee. So I got there 10 minutes before. This really kind nurse, it was a male, he had a look at my knee for me, gave me this leg brace, which is what I've got on now. So I've had this leg brace since February. And they told me that I had to have a MRI scan, which is exactly the same as what I had for my ACL. So I had that, I think it was a week after, maybe a month after. No, so he booked me in for my MRI and I had to wait 4 weeks, which is a month. I had to wait 4 weeks to have that done, because it wasn't like top priority, obviously because of COVID. And I waited, had my MRI, and I got my MRI results the week after my MRI. So on the Tuesday, I had my MRI results, and they told me that I had a medial meniscus bucket handle tear, and my ACL, the crucial ligament, wasn't seen at all. So obviously my ACL I knew was gone, but my medial meniscus, I had no idea. So then the doctors were running around. I was in this little room for an hour and a half, I think it was. The doctors were running, nurses were running in and out. I was filling out all papers, didn't know like what they were for. I was just getting told like, oh, it'll be okay, just sign this and it'll be alright. Next thing I know, this doctor comes in, the surgeon comes in, and he goes, just to let you know, you have done a very urgent trauma to your knee, which means that you do need to have urgent trauma surgery this Friday coming. So I had 3 days to process me having to go from, oh, it's fine, I haven't done anything really, it'll be okay, to, oh shit. What have I done? Actually, I'll insert photos now of both of my MRIs. So I'll insert my ACL and my meniscus MRI.
It's completely torn to begin with from the last scan. So, yeah. So that's your PCL. Your
Yeah.
ACL, so it goes from there to there. Your ACL should be going from there to there, but it's not there.
And where's my meniscus on there? Or can you not see it?
So this is on the other side, the outside of the knee.
Yeah.
So that's meniscus there. You see that sort of black thing there.
Yeah.
This is it on the other side, but there's where it's flipped.
So it's not meant to be there at all.
It's meant to look like that, but it's flipped over.
Blimmin' heck. So, moving on to the date of my surgery. So I had surgery on Friday the 26th of March. I had to be at hospital by 7:30 in the morning, and I was freaking out. I'm absolutely petrified of needles, so the thought of surgery did not scare me at all, and this is what I was trying to say to everyone. The thought of surgery I was completely fine with, but the thought of a needle going into my hand, which it did, it went into this hand, and I still have a little, I don't know if you can see it, it's there. You can't see it. But I had a needle going into my hand, which they did the anaesthetic in, the general anaesthetic, so it knocks you out. I had that done, and it petrified me. Obviously, because of COVID, no one was allowed to come in with me, like, to wait for surgery. So my nan took me over because my mum was working. So my nan took me over. She waited with me until I went into the ward. As soon as I went into the ward, I was on my own. So I only had, like, the nurses around me, and they were lovely, if I'm honest. They were really, really kind. So I got in there at about 8 o'clock, I would say. I was waiting like half an hour outside of the ward for. So by this time my nan had left when I went into the ward. Whilst I was in there, they took my weight, a urine sample. Oh, they measured my height. And I just think the urine was to make sure I wasn't pregnant. But the weight and the height, I'm pretty sure, was like to see how much anaesthetic they need to put into me to be able to knock me out. I think that's what that was for. I'm not too sure. Half an hour before surgery, the surgeon came round and talked to me with this other guy who I think was another surgeon. He was lovely. My surgeon, he's amazing. I love him. He's really, really nice. I can never say this word. Anesthesiologist? I don't know. I call him the needle man. He came round, and as soon as he came round, I genuinely thought, I had in my head that as soon as I see this man, he's going to put so many needles into me that I'd pass out there. He didn't. I was in tears, and he was the loveliest man ever. So he met me. After that, it was like a waiting game. So I went up to surgery. They came and collected me on a little wheelchair, and I went up to the surgery level. Hold on. I went into surgery, and it was 11:45 I went down, I'm pretty sure. Or it was 11:30 I went down for surgery. Then I came around at 2:30, 2:45, I think it was. So I was in surgery for a good 3 hours. I'll insert a video now. They're all going to be like portrait mode because they are Snapchats. But I'll insert a video now of my like first waking up from surgery. It's awful. I was high as a kite. But yeah, I'll insert the video now. I went okay. I'm knackered. My leg feels like it's gonna drop off. I've got egg mayonnaise and ham and a cup of coffee with a smiley face.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So what happened in surgery was, so they took out a portion of my hamstring. I don't know how much, but they took out a portion of my hamstring and used that to reconstruct my ACL. They also flipped over my meniscus. So in a bucket handle meniscus, your meniscus is meant to be like this. My meniscus was flipped, so there wasn't a meniscus on this side. So they had to flip it back over so it was like this, and then they sewed that side down what had flipped. I also had a bolt, so I've got like a screw going through my tibia and my femur, like in a diagonal, so like this. So I've got that going through my leg, and I'll insert a photo of my scars now, so you can like kind of see like what the scars are like. I don't think they're that bad. They're kind of bad, but they're not that bad. It was meant to be day surgery, but because I had a bad reaction to the anaesthetic, I had to stay in overnight and be monitored by all the doctors and nurses just to make sure that I came around completely fine and everything was okay. So I came home on the Saturday after surgery. So obviously I went in on the Friday, I had the surgery, I stayed in overnight, and then I came home the Saturday in the afternoon. So I got home at about 3. So my mum came and picked me up. I'll insert a photo of what my leg looks like, because I had a bandage going from halfway up my thigh all the way down to my ankle. So it was quite a big bandage. Recovery. So the next thing that I wrote down is recovery. This is my 4th week post-surgery, which is crazy. Bloody hell. So in 2 days, it would have been a month since I've had surgery. That's gone so quick. Oh my God. But yeah, so I'm like in my 4th week post-surgery, which means I have to move my dials on my knee. So if I lift this up, there's these dials here. So on my knee here, there's dials which I have to move. So once a week this dial here gets moved. It had to, for the first 2 weeks, I had to keep it on 30 degrees, I think it was set at, which that's all I could bend it to. Now I'm at 60 degrees. I don't know, I can't really tell it. I just moved the dial once a week every Friday. I'm not allowed to weight bear for 6 weeks, so I can actually weight bear. So on the 7th of May, I can actually start to weight bear on my leg, but I do see my surgeon again on May the 11th. So I will wait probably to weight bear until I see him, just to make sure that everything is completely fine. I am able to bend my leg at the moment, and I'll probably insert some photos and videos, because I have been documenting every time I've had to move my knee brace. So I'll insert them now.
Grams is the one who tried to kill you.
You gotta be out of your mind.
They tried to make it look like a home invasion come back.
Turned it on.
Well, you're gonna have to tighten it as well when you put it back on.
I'm not gonna move any of these. These all stay the same tight.
Yeah, but that's gonna be like that one and the bottom one are gonna be knee tightening, aren't they? Because that one's been wrapped around the the doofer.
Yeah.
Your leg's a bit fatter there, isn't it? Careful, Lauren.
If I lift that up, can you grab that? Is that bruise in there?
Yep.
That's rock hard, Mum.
Is it?
Feel it? That's rock hard. Like a lump.
You're right. You're right.
Do we have any of this tape for when I need to put it back on?
You're not putting it back on, are you?
Well, Chris said to.
Who said?
You're Chris. I said that I wanted to once I've washed.
Got masking tape.
even a bruise, or is that just the iodine? I don't know.
It could be the iodine and the fake tan and like there, look.
No, but this is yellow. Look in there.
Yeah, it's probably iodine, I expect. You be careful because you bend your leg wrong.
I'm not bending my leg.
Hey,
Jesus Christ, how
I
much?
know, I could wash that. You could,
There you go.
yeah. You could be a mummy. Go fancy dress party, we'll dress you up as a mummy. Hey.
Yeah. There's blood straight away.
Yeah, but that's not, that's anywhere.
It's black.
Is it?
Like from here that way, it's just black. You can see the black there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but you don't know if that's blood. That could be blood, eh?
Jesus Christ, if you bend your leg wrong and you go yanking it,
Yeah, but where is it?
you had hold of it. Just take it off my foot. You could have just pulled it off my foot that way. You're not ready for this, are you? Right, so I've got a keyhole there. Got whatever that is there. Keyhole there. That there. Don't look at it until I've seen it, because I think you're going to think it's vile. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's not black. That's just the padding stuff. I thought it was going to be black.
That's black.
Yeah, but it's just dry blood. It's not.
Hold that. So you can see it.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Looks like a. Oh no, that's where I had writing. It's not that bad, is it? No.
But this is meant to be my leg straight. So this is 2 weeks after having the surgery. So this is my leg as straight as I can go, and it is locked at 30 degrees, which is where I'm only able to go at the moment, and I can bend it to there. And I have to flex my foot and point my foot and flex my foot. It really hurts. And point my foot. But it's going to get there. And tomorrow is Friday, and I get to move my little dial another notch. So then I'll be at 40 degrees of a bend. So I'll be able to bend it a bit more. As you can see, it's this bottom bit here, this bit here, what's bending. It's only got a little bend at the moment, but it's getting there. Okay, so ignore how I look, but today is the day I actually get to move these little dials on this, and I've done that, and I basically can move my knee now, so it's straight, and I can now move my leg to here. Tell you what, it does bloody hurt, but it's getting there. Considering the operation, you can see how much I'm shaking, considering the actual operation that I've had done, it's kind of crazy. Okay, so it is week 3 of having ACL and meniscus reconstruction surgery. As you can see, I've changed all the dressings, but I get to change these dials today, so that is literally what I'm going to do. I hate doing it because I can't see what you're doing.
Incredibly remote parts of the world to tackle the climate crisis.
Looking forward to catching up with Abby very shortly. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.
Oh God, is that right? I think that's right. So this should be 40 degrees.
Changing everything.
It looks right. Oh wait, no, is that right? No, that's 2. So it goes there. And then it's better. Right. I've changed all the bandages and everything. I have actually taken the full whole bandage off. But I've just moved this so it's 40 degrees. I can now bend it. This is going to be the first time I bent it to 40 degrees. So this is as straight as I can go. And then
Frontline Plus, the UK's best-selling flea and tick protection for our best friends.
Jesus. Okay. That hurts. Hello. That hurts. Done it. I want to just show you like how close I can get it, like straight to the floor. So like that's really good. Oh, I think like straight wise, my leg literally, it looks like a piece of ham or a gammon, you know, when they like wrap it up in all that, I don't know what it is, string. I don't eat it, but I'm very impressed with this. It does hurt, it does feel like pressurised on my knee, but as you can see, like the more I just sit straight, you can see like the more my knees wanting to go down. It hurts, but I don't want to resist it because then the surgery is kind of pointless. But I am very impressed of how much I can bend it now.
Epic.
It's moved. I've moved it to 70 degrees.
Never mention this to anyone.
So that's it as straight as it'll go. Right, ready?
Here. Hotel's that way. See you tomorrow? Well, yeah, sure. We'll stop by. Awesome.
That's it. Jesus. Oh!
I like that. Yeah.
God, what's that,
Feel it.
Mm.
That's how you do it.
Straight it out then.
You liked.
It's like,
To my face. Why would you do that?
I don't know how to describe that. Oh. It's not bad though. Okay, so how I'm feeling is my next one and possibly my last question, what I wrote down for myself. So how I'm feeling pretty good. I went back to gymnastics to coach for the first time, obviously because of COVID, but also I went back to coach. I go once a week, every Thursday. I go back to gymnastics so I can coach them. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good in myself. I'm very proud of what I've managed to accomplish, like since having my knee operation. I don't know why, but I wasn't scared, but I was very worried for like the recovery process. So recovery is, I think it's a year and a half recovery. So on the 11th of May, which is when I see my surgeon, I will then book in to do physio, and physio will be for like a year and a half. That's so I can start walking, possibly running. I'm pretty sure I have to do like swimming because I think swimming and cycling is one of the main ones that I will probably be doing, for the pure fact that swimming takes all the pressure off your leg. So it's like all the muscles, it like, I don't know how to explain it, but apparently it's easier. Cycling isn't so much on your knees somehow. I don't know, but somehow it's not so much on your knees. I do want to get back so that I can do running, because I would like to be able to run. If I can't run, that's completely fine, but I'm pretty sure I will be able to get back to running. I would say get back to gymnastics, but I think I will stick with just coaching, keeping my body. I'm getting older now, so I'm 21, and I think because I've done gymnastics since I joined when I was 7, so I did quite a few good years of doing gymnastics, and I do think it's time to hang up the leotards, hang up the shoes, you're done, sort of thing. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's going to be quite a long one because at the time I'm recording this now, it's been 21 minutes. Obviously, with inserting all of my videos and everything, it'll be longer. I'll try and shorten it down as much as I can. I'll try. Fingers crossed. I'm very sorry if it is a long one. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I don't know when that'll be though, because I have waited nearly, I think, over a month since I uploaded again on this channel. But I love you all.